Hi there and welcome to today's video, and this is my gorgeous Gnomes class, and hi to the ladies who have booked on to the class. I'm looking forward to showing you the cards that you can make, and hi to anybody who hasn't booked onto the class, who's just watching and crafting along and may well be tempted to purchase the gnome set, who knows. So let's go through the kit. So thank you, welcome. I filmed this video yesterday and it was a little bit windy outside, so I'm battling with the elements, and hopefully it's uploaded all okay and I will be sat here watching the video with you. It's the best way for me to do it because it enables the video to be processed, which means you can pause the video and you can rewind, and also it puts the closed captions on as well for those of my customers who are hard of hearing, who need the closed captions. So if you want to stop the video, because obviously I'm not going to make every card, you've got more stuff than I'm going to make, and if you need to pause and go make a cuppa or anything like that, then you can, at the bottom, you can press and pause, and you can then drag the line back, and you can rewind and do it in your own pace, at your own pace. So let's go through the pack. So you would have got half a pack of the papers, the Snowflake Splendor papers, and then you got a variety of blends. Now it depended on the individual booking, but what I did for Sandra and Claire, in order to keep the cost down, because you only needed the green for potentially for a tiny bit of mistletoe and grass and leaves, I split your old olive pack to keep the cost down, so you didn't have to pay for a full old olive. So one of you had a light and one of you had a dark. It doesn't really make any difference. So let's go through and then you've got a pack here with your bits and bobs in. And I am letting you sort of freestyle as well a bit, so I've put extras in, and some of the cards I'm giving you ideas to do, and you can do set things, or you can do, you know, what you want to do. So I'm going to go through, excuse me, you've actually... and again, you've actually got extra, that's what I'm trying to say, than what you need really. So I've cut myself a kit so I can remember what you've got. So you've got 4 card bases, so you can make 4 cards. They have been scored for you, so you look for where the score line is, where it goes in like a dint, like a valley, because I've been asked this question, which side? So one's got like a ridge, like a mountain, and one's got like a valley. So you have it valley side up and you turn the valley into a mountain. Okay, and that's how you fold your scored card. So you've got 4 of those and 4 envelopes. Of course, you half a pack of papers. Then I've put you in some of these gems. Okay, so you should have some of those in your pack. You should have 2 meters of ribbon that's been put together, wound round and taped together. That's the pool party sheer. I've just got a little bit of offcuts on my desk. And then you should have 4, 2 of each colour, 2 in Highland Heather, 2 in Balmy Blue, layers. Now these are to go at the back of the paper here, so you should have 2 of each on those, and you might not need all those, so this is what I mean, you can use them for something else. And then I have cut you 4 of these scalloped squares. A couple of mine. I think I've cut you 4. Have I cut you 2? Yeah, I've only done myself 3. I think I've done you 4, which is for this card. So if you wanted, you could do all the cards like this, because I've done you enough stuff for this. So you've got the layers and you've got the scallops, and then I've also done you these layers that go behind the scallop there. So 2 in the blue and 2 in the lilac. Okay, so like I say, you've got extra, so you could do all 4 like that. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the flexibility of it. You could do all 4, maybe with a different gnome, with this gnome on there, These are just some I've prepared earlier, so you don't have to watch me cutting out. And then you've also got 2 rectangle die cuts and 2 circles. And I've done that so that you could maybe do something like this. Okay, so you could do a couple of cards like this. And then I've got some other ideas for you that you could do with anything that you might have at home already. Okie doke. So let's start with a little bit of colouring, but let's say hello to the stamp set as well, because obviously everybody got the stamp set. Now I have actually mounted all the stickers on this one, which is very unusual for me. So if you don't know how to do that, then you don't have to put the stickers on the back for now. You can just peel off the backing and put it on your block and it should stick. But this is a red mount set, and you don't have to have a mat underneath for your stamping. I'm going to use this one first, and then a little Christmas wish, holly jolly everything. Okay, so I'll get those ready. I'm going to put that diagonal on that block because I don't know where my bigger block is. Oh, it's there. Okay. God, it's this windy outside today, if you can hear the wind. And then I've got that ready on there. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do, these have been cut out in thick whisper white. I find that this is best for colouring with the blends. And obviously you've got your blends, I've not gone through those. And we're stamping with Memento Ink. Give it a twist. The Memento Ink's not as juicy as our normal ink, so give it a tap and a twist. And I'm going to stamp the little gnome in the corner there. And if you know you want to do another one like that, at this point I would do the 2 of them. Now, on my card I have stamped this in basic grey, if you can see, because I felt it was a little bit not as stark as the black, but I didn't include that in the class. Some people have it, but at this point you could stamp your sentiments in black, or if you have balmy blue or the lilac, you could do it in those colours too. I'm just having a drink. I've done mine in grey, and it is a good one to have. I know Claire's got the grey because I included it in the bingo that you did, Claire, the bingo class that you signed up for. So I'm going to do mine in the grey, and I always have a practice on my scrap paper. A little Christmas wish, holly jolly everything. I don't know if these are designed to go together, but I think they do go quite nice together, like that. Okay, now I've just done that just so it allowed a little bit of time for the ink to dry on the gnome, but in the meantime also what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sort my layers out. So I'm going to take a lilac layer, because this is the card that I'm doing. I'm going to take the lilac layer, and I've already cut down a piece, this one, it's got splodges on, it's that on the back, and the size for this paper, for your paper, needs to be 9, hang on a minute, let me just check that I've done this right. Sorry, no, it needs to be 9.5. I've just cut it actually by 13.8, and I will type that up on the notes, but it's 9.5 by 13.8, and I am going to glue that down. And don't forget, you can pause, you can stop, you can ask questions. In fact, do ask questions, because I end up just sitting here watching and watching myself crafting. Okay, now you could glue that down to your card, but I'm going to put some ribbon around, and I'm going to do this now whilst this is drying. So I need to experiment. When I made these cards, which was weeks ago, I cannot remember if I used the dark. You can see this is the actual piece that I used because it's still got a bit of lilac colour. I can't remember if I used the dark one or the light one. I used the dark. Okay, now my blends have had a lot of stick because they've been used in class. So what I would do, unravel your ribbon, and at this point I would probably loosely tie your ribbon around. If you want to colour it, you can leave it. So let me show you one that I've left. That one's been left that colour. And that one's been left the pool party. It's up to you. But I just wanted you to have a different little technique because of the sheerness, if even that's a word, the sheerness of this ribbon. You can colour it. So I'm just going to quickly, I'm not tying this bow permanently, I'm just working out how much ribbon I need. So, right, and I'm going to cut it. And then I know that I've probably, I've cut it with my non-ribbon scissors. I know that I've probably got enough ribbon there, or I should have enough anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally, with the pens, you have a brush end and a thin end, and I'm going to use the brush end, and I'm just going to sweep it across the ribbon and just let it soak in. I've got the pen, I'm not using the nib like that, I'm sort of almost doing it flat, slightly on an angle, yeah, because I don't want to ruin the nib. So I'm basically running the flat part of it, not the nib, over the ribbon. I hope that makes sense. And it's really effective, and it, because the ribbon's so delicate and thin, it just soaks through. You don't have to do both sides. I'm not losing sleep over this. I'm just going over it briefly, really briefly. And even if you do have a little bit of the pool party shining through, the whole style of this papers is like a watercolour ombre kind of look. So I think this pen's been used a lot, and I think I've got some spares out. So I don't often use the brush ends a lot when I'm colouring the smaller images. I use the nib, the bullet nib or the bullet end. But definitely use the brush end for ribbon colouring. And I would really, you can colour like white ribbon, like a satin, but it will take longer. The sheer is perfect for, and if anyone got parcel in the post, you got my parcel in the post for September, you did get some of this ribbon in that. So there we go. Right, that's coloured. So I'm going to leave that to one side. So that's a bit of prep work. But you can see how lovely it's changed it from the lilac, from the pool party to the heather. Right, so I'm going to get my, I'm just going to check everything's all right in the screen. I'm going to bring my little guy back. And the first part is easy. Let's colour his nose and his hands. And I'm going to use the nib end. Make sure your lid's always, and I'm using the ivory. Now, I don't know where my bronze, the ivory comes in a set with the bronze, the skin tones. Now, what you could use your bronze one for is, of course, skin tones too, but you could use the bronze to colour the tree, yeah, if you're stamping the tree on any of your projects. So that's a little bit of help with that. So I've literally just coloured that. There's no shade in there. What I'm going to do now with the dark, you've got the dark balmy blue and the light balmy blue, and just check the side, the names are there. I am going to use the brush end, and I'm just going to do like a really random L shape, like just cover the corner there with the dark. I'm going to take the nib end and I'm going to colour over that, but then I'm going to take the ink to the rest of the image and go over and over and over the bit that I've done. And you should sort of get a darker bit, and then it will take a while to dry and it changes, but you sort of get a blend through. And whilst I'm doing that, I might colour his shoes you know, I'm not going to start blending really small, and his socks, I'm not going to start blending really small areas because it's just not worth it when the area is so small. Then you can see a little bit of his romper suit or onesie or whatever a gnome wears. So I might use the dark. Oh, I think I used the light last time, but I'm just going to come down carefully with the nib end and do his hand there. And then there I've done the side of his outfit. So on this one, I've done it in the light, and then I've done it in this one with the dark, and it doesn't matter, but can you see the blend in the hat? Okay, and then I'm going to colour his little bell. Did I give you a grey in this one? I've not got greys out. I can't remember if I've given you I don't think I did give you no, I haven't, to keep the cost down. So I'll probably colour his bell in with lilac purple. Smoky Slate is a good one to get, and I am going to be doing a blends club, so I know, Sandra, you were interested in that. And if you're wanting to purchase your next blends, I would go for the Smoky Slate, because you can colour like you can, this is sort of the next level of colouring, but you can like shade his beard. And I didn't really want to include the greys because it had put another £8.50 onto the cost of the class, and it was already quite a bit. But what we're going to do now is we're going to do this pale blue all around to make the image pop. And we're going to take the brush end of the, I know I'm going really fast, the brush end of the light balmy blue, and just quickly, and it doesn't have to be even, I'm going to go around the whole of the image with it. I think I did this one on a paper crafts and piano a few weeks ago. This is when I started using these, wasn't it? I will colour the I'll show you how to do the grey in case anyone wants to get those for a later date. So now that doesn't look as nice as that, because what I have done, and I know I have included this, is I've taken some of the colour off with the colour lifter. So what you do is you go around the edge of the blue line you just did, and literally in small circles, applying quite a bit of pressure. You can't really see the impact you're making until after a few minutes, and you'll see that you've sort of blended the colour in, and it's taken a bit of the colour back off, and it's taken sort of the harsh line away. So you're just going over and over and taking quite a bit of time on this bit, actually. I mean, these images are small, there's not a lot of colouring in. So suppose I'm saying your next purchase maybe for this set could be a Smoky Slate set of pens and a basic grey ink if you've not got, I've not got my Smoky Slate one out, so I'm just going to go find that, hang on. There we go. So this is the light Smoky Slate, and if you do want to get shadowing, it's not compulsory. You can just draw a little bit of grey sort of under his nose like that, and a bit down the beard. As I say, this is taking it to the next level, and then go over again with the colour lifter just to fade it a bit. There we go. It just does a little bit of shadow on his beard. So we've done that. I'll leave that card there so you can see what we're trying to achieve. And then I'm going to stick this onto a blue rectangle that I've cut for you. You should have a lovely little blue border, so it really makes the scallop edge pop. And that's glued straight on. Okay. And remember, we've already stuck our paper and we've already done our ribbon, and that's, you will find when you've coloured with the pens that the texture of the ribbon, it does feel a little bit stiffer, because suppose you've added, I'm just checking my phone because I got a message. Oh, we've done 20 minutes so far. I've got a text from Evan. He's my business guru, because he's doing A-level business at school, and so I tell him all my little business things that I'm doing. And of course he worked for me over the summer, and I'm nearly you have to have so many hours viewing on YouTube, and then they'll put the ads on your videos and start paying you a tiny bit of income. And I've been working really hard to build up my viewing hours, so every day I send him a picture of what my viewing hours are, and I am nearly there. I might do it in the next couple of weeks. So there we have a lovely bow. I'm just going to trim off there and there. And then I'm going to get some foam pads and pop, that is going to sit over there like that. Now, I am a bit aggrieved that I've covered up those splodges. They're just randomly on the paper, but never mind. So when you're sticking something on with foam pads and you've got ribbon, I'd put the foam pads at either side of the ribbon like this, so you sort of make a channel, yeah. I'm going to start singing that song Craig played now. Make me a channel of your piece. So I've got this, I filmed this video yesterday, and then I think we're waiting to see what the weather's like. But although it is really windy, it's quite sunny now. So I think we're going to go out on the bikes in a bit. So I needed to get this done and then get it uploaded while we're out. So that goes on there like that, and then you stick this onto your card base, and we have our first gnome card. So you can repeat that. You can make 2 of those, or you can make all of them like that, but just use different papers. You know, you've got a lot of options. You could pop a couple of oh look, you could even pop a little gem on the end of his little bell on the end of it. That's a cute idea, and it's actually, that's just the perfect size, so I'm going to do that. You see, sometimes I have these little ideas. There we go, look. How cute's that? It's just the perfect size. Who knew? So there we go, our first card. And I'm quite chuffed with that idea. So you can do, as I say, you can do all of them like that, because you've got more of these. And if you subscribe to my Parcel in the Post, you've obviously got a lot more card, and got white card as well. So if you don't subscribe to Parcel in the Post, it's £20 a month. You don't have to do every month. You can pick and choose, and it's just a really good way to build up your card and your papers and your ribbon and bits. So Sandra, you can be doing loads. So you could do this one exactly the same, but what I've done is I've reversed the colours. So I've coloured the hat in lilac, heather, Highland heather, and the romper suit in the blue, and I've not coloured the ribbon, and I've used a different paper. So you could do that. I will put all the cards out at the end so you can take a screenshot. I don't expect you to do all the cards whilst I'm on at all. So that's the one that we've done live, and it's one that I'd already done, and then I'll put that one to one side. Okay, so another idea is this one. So with this one, I'd cut the paper on this one. I'd cut it to 10 by 14.3, and I will write that down. But I've just cut my papers before the class, and I've cut them at 9.5. So what I am going to do, rather than have a big white border, is I am going to take one of my extra, because I remember I did you 4 of these. I'm going to take one of these, so you can really mix and match with what I've given you. You will have spare die cuts left over. And I've got some ideas for different punches and stuff, so I'll put all my little ideas out at the end, and you can have a look. Okay, so I am going to do one that hasn't got ribbon on too, but this one I will do some ribbon on. So I'm actually going to tie some ribbon, but I'm going to just use the pool party as it is. And I always put my card upside down. And I have the loose end on the right. I think that's 2. And I tie it like the start of a knot, but then I do 2 loops. Okay, my thumb's in the middle of these 2 loops because it's pinching it with my finger on the right, and then I'm pinching it here. I cross the loops left over right, and then I push the loop that's now on the right through the back. This tail will flip over, and it's going to come through the hole where my thumb is. Now, at the moment, it looks like a dog's dinner, but what you do is you turn it the right way up, and then you just tighten up that knot in the middle. The sheer ribbon is a little bit more forgiving, and it's a nice width as well. So that's quite cute. So we'll have that in the middle like that, and I'm just going to trim. I do keep a pair of scissors as ribbon scissors, and they've got a piece of ribbon on, so I know they're my ribbon scissors. And that's, I'm just checking, I like to eyeball whether my ribbon's in the middle. I could actually glue this down, which I will do. And there we go. So that's glued down, ready. Let's pop that to one side. Now, what I'm going to do is, oh, have I put you any spare card in? I thought I had, but I don't think I have. Uh-oh. So, right, just realised I don't think I've put you any spare white card in. So, Sandra, you'll be all right because you've got your parcel in the post. You've got thick Whisper White. So what we're going to have to do, because Julie, unless I've put you a piece in and I've not scored a piece, then we're going to have to use one of these spares. So, sorry, lied to you. I've forgotten that this one, actually, we could just stamp him on here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that so we don't have to cut into a nice I'm just thinking, what would it look like if we stamped him on here? I'm not sure. Well, we could stamp him on here and not use this, but what we'll do, because you got 4 of these and you only need 2, but we'll maybe have 3. What we're going to do then is use one of these for stamping our 2. Uh-oh, naughty Julie. You know, I can look and look and look at something and think I've cut everything out, and then I've forgotten. Oh well, but at least I'd cut you 4 spares. 2 spares. So, but we'll get 2 out of this. So what we'll do is, we'll stamp 1 there like that, but don't stamp him on the stitches. Yeah. I'm going to cut these out from here, and we should fit another one there like that. There we see, we've got 2 out of there. Phew. I owe you a piece of white card. Right, so Sandra, you'll be all right because you've got your parcel in the post. So we're going to colour these in and cut them out. But what you could do is you could stamp it direct on to one of these, that one. But whilst this is drying, I can't believe that I've done that, but anyway, I'm going to stamp my greeting onto here. And as I say, I'm using the grey, but you can use the black. I will do mine in black. This just fits on. Just fits on in between the stitches. A little Christmas wish. Holly jolly everything. Okay. And then I am going to stick this onto here. Yeah, I've just stuck that direct onto here. Oops. Can't believe I'll be cross at myself now for missing that card off. But at least I did, I'm glad I did those extras. Okay. So this is going to sit over here on foam pads. Make sure you get your bow, which I sort of haven't done, a bit more over to the left, so you've got room for your die cut. Not checked the time, how long I've been on yet. That's going to sit on there like that. So that's all ready, and now our ink should have dried. Now what I'm going to do is, I have already cut 2 out, but I am going to colour 1 in, but not cut it. I'm going to use one of these, but I am going to show you the colouring because it's different, this one, and I'm going to show you how I've done a bit of blending. So the stripes are quite small, but what you can do is, with the dark, alternate, you can do a little bit of the dark over on the left, like that. And then that was with the nib end, and again with the nib end, or the bullet end, go over and over, and then drag the ink over like that and blend it. So colour with your light one over the dark one and bring the ink over. Like that, yep. And then we're going to do the same with the balmy blue. So colour the dark with the nib end. Oh, now that small bit, you're not going to, with the best will in the world, you're not going to do any blending on that bit. So actually, I'll just zoom in a bit there so you can. Okay. Then I'm going to colour the nose in ivory. No blending here, and do his hands. And he's got a little bit of face there. And I think I will do this one blue. So I'm going to do like an L shape here, so the dark bit here, and a little bit there. And then I'm going to take the light one with the nib end and pull the ink, go over. And I'm using small circular motions. Okay. And then we can do a bit of blend on the bauble. Like that. Like so. And same here, but we're getting smaller now. So I just do a little bit of dark on the left and then blend over with the light. Okay, and then for his socks, they're so small that I'm not really even going to bother. So I'm just going to do them, alternate the colours like that. And then just use the light ones on these. And yeah, they're so small, so there's no point really blending. And then you have got your green, so you can colour the mistletoe there. And again, just choose a colour to do the bow. Probably use the dark. And then we're not going to do any of the, we did the light blue around the gnome last time. We're not, because obviously this one is to cut out. But what I want to show you is a little trick that one of my team did, and I'm wondering if I've got a pen. You might need, I don't know what kind of pen she used, but what she did was she made like a card with gnomes on, but she kept them like shorts. So she drew, because she has got some friends in Australia, she wanted to make a Christmas card for sort of down under. So I think she drew like that. Now, just be careful not to colour. I don't want to colour right up to that black because it might smudge, but she coloured it so that it was like, that was like his body. So it was like topless, let's just say. I'm not going to colour the whole thing, but there's his top half. And then she put him some shorts on. Like that. And I don't know if she drew him a little line where his shorts were. But anyway, you get the idea. You can make it into a little sunbathing, surfing gnome. That's just a little extra. So let me just scroll back out, zoom back out even, scroll. I don't know if I'm where I was before. But anyway, so I've done my colouring for this one, but rather than you have to watch me cut that out, so I've already cut one out, and I am just going to stick it here onto my project. Now you just need to be careful. Most of it's glued onto here, but you've got a couple of little bits that are hanging off, so you need to use a small foam pad or cut down. So this is a tip. If anybody's got our foam pads, cut some of these edges and cut them down a bit smaller, yeah? But cut them while the backing is still on them. So I'm going to put glue on this bit, because the majority of it is is stuck down, and then I'm going to put a foam pad just on the edges and on the mistletoe, but that's a foam pad that I've cut down. Okay, and then we've got that one done, and it just balances it out. So that's glued on, and then that's foam padded. Yeah, so there you have, that's the another one. So let's see how long we've been on. 40 minutes. So I'm going to show you another couple of, I'm not going to make any more full cards because I'm going to show you some other ones that I've made. So you do have the stuff to make. You've got, let me just check, you've got 2 of these and 2, you've got the opposite, so you can make another one of these like this, and obviously with my faux pas you've got enough there to cut those 2 out, but you still will have 1 spare of these because you should have 3 left. So that's those 2. So you can make those. I will pop those there like that for you to look at. Okay. And then I've got some more ideas for you if you've got a die cutting machine, or if you've got some of our other products. But the people who are still newish crafters, then you can make 2 like this and the 2 like this. Okay. So I've also done this one. Now this is, well, I will actually show you how these 2 came about. What I did was I stuck a piece of the paper, 10 by 14.3, to a piece of card the same size and made a double layer, and then I put it through the Big Shot and I cut this rectangle out. This actually made this rectangle here. So I've just stuck that on, put some gems on, a little die cut, and then put a gnome on there. So that's a really easy one with no bow. So that's for people who've got a die cutting machine and have got some dies. That's another idea for you. With this one, I then cut another rectangle out, a smaller one, pop that in the middle, added a few sequins and a punch out, and did that one. So that's an extra design for, feel free to take a screenshot there. So anybody, and then this is another one where I've done the same thing, but I've cut a die cut circle out and done the little gnome popping out, and then I've just used a punched out shape and a little bit of ribbon behind and 2 foam pads, but they're extras. So these are the ones that I've intended for you to do. You don't have to do ribbon on all of them. You did get 2 meters of ribbon, so I think you should have enough, but they're the ones that I've intended for you to do in the class. Oh, you can just standing up so I can check in what you can see. So it seems to be a really short class, but obviously you're going to carry on crafting hopefully and do all your makes, and I'd love it if you sent me pictures through on Facebook or WhatsApp of what you've made. I'd really love that, and just thank you for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed it, and if you've any questions or want to order any of the products, if you're not taking part in the class, then just please give me a shout or email me at julie@thepaperhaven.co.uk and I can help you out. But thank you for watching. Thank you to Sandra, to Claire and to Julie who took part in my class today, and I will see you again soon at another class. Thank you.